Cancer. This month marks a turning point you can feel deep in your soul. You quietly outgrow something that once felt safe, and choosing to walk away triggers a powerful transformation. Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome to your February monthly general intuitive tarot reading. If you're new here, this is Universal Wisdom Tarot. If you're returning, thank you so much for being here again. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you never miss your spiritual guidance. This ending isn't random. It's timed, karmic, and aligned with where you're meant to go next. I know you're dying to hear more, so let's get into it. Hey there, Cancer. I have already asked for blessings for your reading. Okay, so we're going to jump straight into it. And I am just going to pull out all the cards in one shot, and then we will connect to the messages, right? So let's get into it. All right, Cancer, first of all, let me just apologize for the light here. If it's hard to see some of the cards up there, I'll certainly let you know what they are in case you aren't able to see them, but there's not much I can do about the light adjustment for right now. Okay, let's see what you have on the table, and then let's get to your messages. You have the Hermit. This is being clarified by the Two of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. Certainly some emotions going on here with that Hermit, my friends, because you have 3 cup clarifiers, which is all emotional energy, okay? You have the Queen of Pentacles in this deck. She is known as the Queen of Pentacles, or Queen of Coins in this deck, known as the Queen of Pentacles in other decks. She is clarified by the Hangman. Right, you have the Hangman here. You have this Hermit card again, so you have it twice, and you have the Justice card. Then we get into the Eight of Cups. That's clarified by the King of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Strength card. And then you get into the Death card in the last week with the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. Now, I'm loving that your overarching energy, or your theme for the month, is the Wheel of Fortune. So that's where we're going to start, because I feel like February is a timing thing for you. Okay, so what does that mean? It feels like the time is destined. It feels like the time is earned. It feels like the time is right. And I feel like you are sort of moving out of a long survival period, okay, and into a phase that requires you to have a bit of conscious strategic action, if you will. The Queen of Pentacles is very much about action. The Eight of Cups is about a different kind of action. The Death card is action. The wheel is saying the timing is right for that action, okay? So you have some nice cards here that say it's time to do this strategic action. And particularly for some of you, I kind of feel it's around your career and definitely your career path, maybe your long-term stability as it relates to that, but it could be long-term stability in relationships or any area of your life, okay? And basically, how you feel you want to engage in some kind of deeper partnerships. Why do I feel that? Because as I said, you have a lot of emotions going on here. Particularly, you do have a card of partnerships right there with that Two of Cups. And I feel like there is a number of cups on this table, but also just that feeling here of wanting something where the some kind of a relationship that the wheel is saying, when cycles change, and cycles change naturally, you're learning how to steer. That's what they're telling me. You're learning how to steer. It's not like you're being carried by the Wheel of Fortune. It's not like your destiny is just saying, well, this has always been, so therefore it's going to happen. It's destined because it's written in the stars, but you're earning it because you're taking command of the wheel and you're learning how to drive. You're learning how to steer, right, for this month. All right, so let's get into this Hermit card right here, okay? Because as I said, there's a lot of emotion surrounding it from the clarifiers, and I feel like this is you start off this month, Cancer, you know, you're reflecting, you're doing some intentional withdrawal, and you're trying to recalibrate yourself. Why? Because there is a lot of emotion around you. Now, if this is in relation to a career or romance or whatever, your romantic life, in any area of your life, there is a desire to either have a deeper relationship, one that doesn't disappoint you, as something in the past has disappointed you, because this is the card of disappointment here with the Five of Cups. You're saying you're looking at the disappointing side, but there's two on the other side behind you. You're just not seeing it, okay? So sometimes we get into that mode. And you also have this Eight of Cups that says, okay, I'm ready to go towards something better. But you before you actually take that action, you're doing the right thing by becoming this hermit, okay? And saying to yourself, let me reflect and recalibrate and pull back just a little bit emotionally, okay? Because you want to reflect on sort of what, you know, a previous thing, a previous cycle, a previous relationship, a previous event, what you learned from that, okay? Something taught you something and you got clear on what you no longer want to repeat, okay? So this is where that reflection comes into play. So I feel like this is all about perspective. Absolutely, it's about perspective, because you have the Hangman right there too, my friends. Okay, so remembering that when we get into this Queen of Coins or Queen of Pentacles there, I feel like you definitely are looking at things sort of from a different perspective, but it's certainly all about a perspective. Okay, so I don't feel you're reacting to any circumstances, but you're kind of reviewing them, if you will. Now, with that Wheel of Fortune, right, as the overarching theme, and we look at it in regard to the Hermit, right, this, I feel like the time that you're taking to recalibrate, the time you're taking to pause with that Hangman, the time you're taking to retreat with the Hermit, I feel like that pause is crucial. And it's all part of this timing thing that I'm trying to tell you. There's something with timing here. Okay? So it helps you either to recognize some old patterns or something you're ready to exit, right, before your next cycle begins. Or I'm feeling that you know, this, you know, this pattern, whatever it is. Like I said, this could be related to your career. This could be related to perhaps your spending habits. You know, for some of you, I'm going to say some of you do have some serious money concerns. I'm feeling that. I'm not sure who that message is for, but I do know that there's something there. So this time to reflect is very, very crucial. All right. Now, let's get into Queen of Pentacles right up there, Queen of Coins. She says, you're very focused on your financial stability. That's why I say there are some serious money concerns for somebody out there. She is very, very focused on that stability, but she could be focused on, you know, personal stability as well. And some career planning for some of you. And she's also focused on security, but she does it through taking care of the details, okay? And she also does it through smart decisions. Now, I keep saying she because there's a female character on the card, okay? It's neither male nor female. There's no gender attached to this. It's just a feminine energy, all right? Now, definitely, she does it through these decisions, these smart decisions. I do feel like you might want to launch something career-wise, maybe a new business, maybe a side business for somebody, and you're kind of taking your intuitive abilities or the knowledge that you're getting from the Hermit energy, right? So when we reflect, we listen to our intuitive abilities or our intuition, and we take that, and I feel like you are kind of you know, pairing it up or matching it up with your strategy, okay? Now, that is going to bring some awareness for you around resources. As I said, money, maybe shared resources, maybe shared finances. If you do, or if you are in that relationship, and this relationship has a bearing in your personal situation, definitely it's going to bring you awareness of maybe some dependencies. Are you dependent or somebody else is dependent on you? And it's going to prompt you to sort of redefine what support really means. Okay? Now I'm going to say that because you also have this Justice card here. All right? So for some of you, it could be related to financial support in a legal case. Okay? You do have the Hermit twice. That's the other thing I want to mark out for you or call out for you, because this is what I'm saying is very crucial, all this thinking that you're doing. Okay, Cancer, or this reflection that you're doing. There's something that could be there that's legally related, and it could be about dependencies. It could be about you know, financial, you know, when we have dependents like children, and you know, if you are getting divorced and you're in you know, a case for alimony or something like that. All right. Okay. Now, for some of you, you know, you're just trying to figure out, you know, is it right for you? What's right and what's balanced about who pays? Okay, it could be something as simple as that. Doesn't have to be a whole legal case. So for some of you, you're still going to think to yourself, is it, you know, is there a dependency here? Is there support? And what does that mean? Should I be supporting somebody? Somebody should be supporting me more. All right. When it comes to money, career, finance, resources, energy, whatever. Okay. Now, for some of you, I do feel in this Queen of Coins that you have some responsibility coming your way. Now, more than usual, that's what I have to say. It's not like maybe you don't have responsibility, but I feel like there's more than usual coming your way. But it gives you this ability to show your stuff. Okay, it gives you the ability to flex your expertise and show your stuff, because the Queen of Pentacles is that energy of very detailed, very organized, very, you know, that woman, she can do some stuff, and boy, oh boy, does she shine when she does it, and she does it well. All right. Now, in any situation, whatever your situation might be, I feel like there is a promising change, perhaps in somebody's career path and or your financial situation, or both, okay? And for a very, very small percentage of you, I just got the message that there could be a windfall in this Queen of Pentacles. Now, remembering that I said there could be some alimony or some payments due here as of this Justice card. So that could be the windfall that I'm feeling, all right? So take it how it resonates. Everybody's situation is different. Okay, we get 8 of Cups, King of Pentacles, King of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, Strength. This is where you're walking away, okay, but you're walking away having either fixed this, gotten some knowledge, realized what your situation is, how you're going to handle it, but it's certainly some type of clarity that you're walking away with. I'm going to say that for some of you, it may not be a physical leaving, okay? Going back to this Justice situation I was just talking about, it may not be a physical leaving, but maybe an emotional leaving, if you will, like departing from emotional patterns that were rooted in sort of, you know, that I was talking earlier about survival, that you were in survival mode. Okay, I feel like you're getting out of that. You're getting out of the emotions that are associated with survival. And definitely you're releasing attachments for some of you. You're being very brave to do that. You're trying to see the big picture with that King of Wands. Being very brave and saying, I'm going to take command here of my situation. You're definitely going to be a little bit busy though because of that 2 of Pentacles. You're definitely juggling something as a result of that. So maybe the leaving, the emotional, whatever, it's going to, as I said, it's going to, maybe it's still a lingering that you're, when I said you're going to be taking on more responsibility, it could be part and parcel of that. Now, here's the thing they keep telling me, so I want to make sure it's very clear for people. If you are breaking something and it's an emotional pattern, or you're breaking something that you're saying to yourself, there's no longer going to be support here for my growth or what have you, therefore it's, you know, it's broken and you're moving on with that 8 of Cups. Just know that you're not abandoning anybody. Please remember that. You are not abandoning anybody, so there's no need for any negativity or any guilt there, all right? Let's see, what else are they trying to tell me? You're definitely using your discernment, okay? I don't feel like you're because you're seeing the big picture with that King of Wands, so I don't think that, you know, there's any reason for you to feel bad, right? But that's definitely a powerful time for closure, emotional closure, and for some conscious separation, all right? Now, I said for some of you it might not be physical leaving, but it could be physical leaving for others of you. And I just have to say, you know, it could be something as simple as, or as basic as, I have to get out of here because I've had enough of winter and you're going out on a vacay, okay? That's very possible. I've had enough of work. I had enough of this winter. I'm taking too much on. I'm emotionally, you know, holding on to stuff. I got to get rid of those patterns. I you know, I've been kicking butt because I took on all this extra responsibility. Time to go on a vacay. The timing. Remember I said it's a timing thing, all right? All right, so let's get into the last column here. We have Death, you have 9 of Swords, you have the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. It's like a confirmation, right? Death is a card of transformation. So it's a confirmation. Transformation is underway. And you're going to a more permanent situation, or a newer permanent situation on the other side of that death card, right? So with death comes new life, right? So on the other side of it, there's something new, and that's a bit more of a permanent, better situation for you. Now, some of you will have fully released the old patterns, right? The old identity, the old situation, the old whatever it is for you. And the wheel and the death, when they, you know, when these two things kind of work in tandem and together, they're saying pivotal time, pivotal change. All right. So you're really stepping into something new. For some of you, could be stepping into a new role, especially in career, and you know, if you're trying to. If you're, you know, trying to do something in a very specific power dynamic, then definitely a pivotal thing happening there. But what's very important is how you handle your resources, whether they be your shared resources or not, and your commitments. And, you know, they're also telling me intimacy, so I'm not sure who that's for. But anyway, things will not look the same at the end of the month as they did at the beginning of the month, because you are not the same person anymore that you were at the beginning of the month. Okay, you sort of come to this realization that nope, you're going to take that pivot and you're going to go with it. All right, now I'm going to pull for you, Cancer, an animal spirit card. Card for Cancer, please. Oh, my whole deck just flew onto the floor. I don't think I'm going to give you 15 cards, that's for sure. Okay, let me try that again. And a card, please, for Cancer. These cards are really big, so that's part of the problem. They're not easy to shuffle. You have the Hawk card. Hawk. And it says messenger. I'm just going to show it to you. I'm going to read it to you, all right? Make it easier in case with this light you can't see it. And it says, Spirit is sending you messages. Open your greater vision to see the signs. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. That is a gorgeous message, my friends, and that's where I'm going to leave it today. I hope that something in here resonates for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Until then, please know I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.